All right, let's have a look at doing exercise 13.10. This is from the IGCSE Year 11 textbook. And let's have a shot at some of these. Now, question 4, a bit more involved in that we have a non-1 coefficient. We have greater than 1, so we've got a 2 and a 5 and a 3 and so on and so forth, and some negatives, which is rather cool as well. So let's go ahead and do that now, and we're going to see where we land. So let's start. We'll do to number 4a, a bit of fun. See what happens. So we've got 2x squared minus 3x minus 4 is equal to 0. I'm going to restate it, and I've got a little bit more work to do this time. I'm going to add 4 to both sides first of all. And let's get rid of that, and I create my gap in the middle here. Now, at this stage here, I'm just going to divide everything by 2. I could have divided by everything by 2 at the start, but I didn't think of a thing to do it, to be honest. So I'm going to divide this by 2, going to divide this by 2, going to divide this by 2. And of course, I want to do that because in order to complete the square, I need the first coefficient, the x squared. I'm going to put x squared there, crikey, look at that. Nearly made a mistake there. I need the x squared to have a coefficient of 1. Otherwise, this does not work out well. All right, so I'm going to have an x squared. I'm going to got this term here is 3 over 2 x. And I've got, of course, my 4 over 2, which I'm just going to write 2 now. But what I am going to do also is I'm going to take the b term, divide it by 2, and add it to both sides. And just a little bit of caution here. So I'm going to take a plus. The b term is negative 3 over 2. I'm going to write 2 very softly there, because I'm going to halve it. When I halve it, I'm going to double that 2. That 2 now becomes over a 4, because half of a half is a quarter. In other words, I just put times 2 on the bottom, yeah? And I'm going to put the same thing, after I square it, on both sides. It's going to be minus 3 over 4 all squared. All right, so the easy bit now, I've got the brackets, I've got a 2, I've got an x, I've got an equals, and I put the contents of this thing, which is negative 3 over 4. And what have I got over here? I've got 2 plus 3 squared. Negative 3 squared is 9. 4 squared is going to be 16. So I got 2 plus 9 sixteenths. Yeah, what's going to do on a calculator? 2 plus 9 sixteenths. I get 41 sixteenths. Equals 41 sixteenths. Now, I've got this thing over here, x minus 3 over 4 all squared. So I'm going to find the square root of this side. I'm going to get plus or minus, and I'm going to find the square root of this side. The square root and the square cancel. I'm left with an x minus 3 quarters is equal to plus, I'll put it over here, plus or minus. Now, I'm going to go root 41 over, I know the square root of 16, it's going to be 4. And that just coincides with the root here also being a 4. Look at that. So I'm going to add 3 quarters to both sides. There we go. And I'm going to put 3 quarters over here. Of course, that disappears on this side. Now x becomes 3 plus or minus root 41 all over 4. So I can now say either x is equal to, and I'm going to do the plus bit first, so I'm going to go 3 plus root 41, then divide it by 4, right? 3 plus root 41, there it is, divided by 4, and I get 2.35, there it is, 2.35, looks good, 2.35, or x is equal to, and I'll do the same on the bottom here, 3 minus root 41 this time. So I'm going to have 3 minus root 41, all divided, of course, by 4. Ew, you can't see that very well, can you? Focus. Why isn't it focusing? Focus. There you see, look at that. Root 41 divided by 4. Here it is, negative 0.85. Yeah, that's good. Negative 0.85. And they are my 2 answers, and that would be my solution. Hope that makes sense, folks.